Hi, I'm Bob Swan with HD Heavy Duty Concrete Floors. Today I'm going to talk about a transfer station floor topping that is prematurely failing and what steps could have been taken to avoid the problems. Let's get started. This is a transfer station in North Carolina. In 2015, they specified overlaying the floor with an iron-based topping. I'm recording this in 2022, so the repair is only 7 years old. Now this transfer station handles less than 200 tons of MSW per day, so the topping that was specified at 1.5 inches in depth should have lasted at least a decade. But you can see from this photo that some areas of the floor are delaminating, and there's only about 1/2 inch of material left to protect the substrate. So why is this happening, and what could have been done to prevent this premature failure? I suspect one of three things, or maybe a combination of things, happened during the install. Bad or insufficient surface prep is one of the first places to look when a topping delaminates. Before the bonding agent is applied, that surface needs to be shot blasted clean with a decent profile to make sure the topping will remain structurally bonded to the substrate. A second problem could be related to the topping itself. An iron-based topping tends to be very difficult to place at the proper slump. Normal concrete weighs about 145 pounds a cubic foot, but these iron-based toppings are typically over 220 pounds a cubic foot. So for a contractor who has very little experience with this type of material, there's a tendency to add more water to the mix to increase the slump and make it easier to place. But adding more water will reduce the topping strength and therefore reduce the durability. The third thing that could have happened is that there was never 1.5 inches of material actually placed on the floor in the first place. The original topping thickness could have been far less than that specified. During installation, the actual thickness of the topping is determined by screed rails set up on the floor. One way to make certain you're getting the appropriate depth of material is to actually see how the contractor is placing the rails. So when the material is placed using the rails as a depth gauge, the owner can be assured they're getting the appropriate amount of product on the floor. A final problem with this job is the material thickness was never increased at the termination points. Part of the requirement for a repair like this should be establishing a keyway around the perimeter. That reduces the opportunity for delamination where the topping meets the surrounding concrete or the steel on the port edge. After the keyway is established, the topping thickness is now reinforced, and this greatly reduces the opportunity for delamination. With the added depth around the perimeter, you increase the durability and longevity of the repair, and therefore realize a much greater return on the investment you've made by selecting a high-performance topping. My final tip: choose a contractor and a topping that have plenty of good references within the solid waste industry. My name is Bob Swan with HD Heavy Duty Concrete Floors. Thank you.